back, good people. Now, this is the video that's going to take just a little bit longer because this is the video that's about continents. We talked earlier about countries. This is, I did some research about continents. I didn't really know too much about the continents, as a matter of fact. Do you know how many continents there are? Well, we talked about how many countries there were. I know, this is a geography class, isn't it? Where am I at? That's just like what happened there? No, you're in the right place. I just wanted to share something with you different, right? Because that's what's coming. It's going to be some things coming into your world that's going to be a little different. So as they come, grab what you want or what you need and just let the rest go, right? So anyway, there are 7 continents in the world. 7. There's only 7. Can you name them? I can name them. All right. The first continent is Africa. That's right. Africa is a continent. Wait a minute. You knew that. Well, why didn't you raise your hand when I asked you that question? What about continent number 2? Any idea? Antarctica. That is a continent as well. Asia. That is a continent. Now that's 3 continents that begin with the letter A, right? So that's kind of easy to remember those. The 4th continent is Europe. That's Africa, Antarctica, Asia, and Europe. The 5th continent is North America, followed by Central America and the Antilles. After that, we have South America. Then, finally, we have Australia. Now, why would they put Australia at the bottom when you have 3 A's at the top? Any idea? I don't know either. That's when they had the structure. But it makes me say, right? Anyway, what do you mean that's more than 7? 2, 4, 6, 7. It sure is. Which means that one of those is part of something else, right? Right. I don't know what it is, though. All right. But anyway, it says a continent is one of several very large land masses on Earth, generally identified by convention rather than any strict criteria. Up to 7 regions are commonly regarded as continents. Ordered from largest in size to smallest are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. That's from largest to smallest. Now, the countries, some of the places that are in North America. Now that's what I found to be fantastic or interesting, because I did not know some of these places were in North America. Do you know which one of those continents the United States is in? Right, North America. I knew that, but maybe you didn't. And it doesn't make you any less intelligent. It just means you didn't know that. Right? Now you do. Right? Bravo. The United States is in a continent called North America. Boy, tell somebody. Another place that's in North America would be the Bahamas, Barbados. Yes, North America. The Dominican Republic, North America. El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, North America. Isn't that interesting? Jamaica, Nicaragua, Panama, Trinidad and Tobago. All those are in North America. Now, I didn't know that. So I feel, again, that you didn't know that. And if you did know that, that doesn't make me smarter than you, or that doesn't make you smarter than me. It just means now we both know, right? Now, what I wanted to do with this was I wanted to kind of give you a little geography lesson, if you will, today only, just today, about some of the things that, just might captivate your mindset right now, because you may have been wondering about these things, right? Maybe not, but if you were, I'm going to help you to open your mind to how this process actually is. And it's like this. This is the way it is. Alphabetically, countries that are in South America. Now, I just gave you a list of countries that were in North America. Now I'm going to give you a list of countries that are in South America, right? How about Argentina? Now that kind of makes sense, right? You think geographically South America versus North America. But you also have Brazil, you have Colombia, you have Paraguay. And these are kind of sounding South American, aren't they? You have Venezuela, you have Uruguay. These are countries that are in the continent of South America. See how that works together? Now, I'm going to continue. Countries that are in Africa. Now, we talked about there being 7 countries, right? Africa was one of those countries, was one of those continents. But each continent has countries. It's like each state has cities in the United States, right? So countries that are in Africa would be Algeria, Angola, Cameroon, Chad, Egypt. Yes, Egypt is in Africa. Gambia, Ghana, New Guinea, Kenya. All those are in Africa. Madagascar, Morocco. I always thought Morocco was in Spain, didn't you? I know. Who knew? I didn't, now I know. Morocco, Nigeria, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, the South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, Zimbabwe. Wow, all those countries are in the continent of Africa. I learned something there. Did you learn anything? You remember, when I create these videos, I'm creating these videos for a purpose, for a reason. I'm doing this to help you, right? Now, I'm not going to always help you in the business niche that I do. I do business, but I also have other interests, right? Like, I'm interested in geography. I like to know certain things about where things are positioned, where the land is, what's what, right? That's always been interesting to me. History. I love history. I love different understandings about how things were back then, right? It just kind of shifts my mind going forward as to what's real and what's not real in my world, right? And maybe you're the same way. Maybe not. If not, you're probably not watching this video any longer. And that's okay. I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that. Again, I'm going to continue. Countries in Asia, right? Asia is a country. No, Asia is a continent. There are countries within that continent, okay? Sometimes I get a little confused. The first one is Afghanistan. The second one is, that I'm going to talk about, is Bangladesh, Cambodia, China. Remember China? China is a country in the continent of Asia. India, Iraq, Iran, Israel. These are all countries on the continent of Asia. Yeah, I know, it sounds just like a geography class, right? That's what I wanted this to sound like. I wanted it to be like that for you. I wanted you to get that same experience, even though you didn't need it. It's information, right? Japan, Laos, Kuwait, Malaysia, Nepal. All these are countries on the continent of Asia. North Korea, Qatar, Russia, Singapore. Now, I wouldn't think that. Would you think Singapore was on the continent of Asia? It is. Sri Lanka, Syria, Taiwan, Vietnam. All those are on the continent of Asia. Now you have countries on the continent of Europe. Europe is a continent. Countries within that continent would be Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Denmark, Finland, Germany. Now these are countries on the continent of Europe, right? It kind of makes sense now, right? When you hear those, because you hear those in certain places that you are, and you'll wonder, where is that? Iceland, Ireland, Luxembourg. These are countries on the continent of Europe. Poland, Portugal, Serbia, Turkey, Switzerland, the Ukraine, Vatican City. All those are countries on the continent of Europe. Now, was that or was that not interesting? That was very interesting to me. If I was watching this video to the end, right, I would have gotten something out of that. And if not, I may have had to play it back a little bit because, I wanted to know certain things that I didn't know. And I mentioned some things that you may have that same experience with, right? And if you did, play it back. You got that luxury. That's why I create these videos, so that if you miss something, you can play it back. And you can go do research for yourself, right? And that's what I recommend that you do. But I recommend you do specific research on certain things initially so you can get good at something, right? So you can be an expert at something. And once you become an expert at something, they'll allow you to be open to, learning other things at your will or at your leisure, right? Now, I hope that video was interesting to you because the next video, it's going to be based on questions. And I love questions because I believe in questions. I believe if you ask the right questions, you can trigger certain things in people. And from a mental perspective, because I'm a mental type person. I like to deal with the brain, right? Everything else is not really relevant to me because I go by the way you think. And if you can communicate with me, then we can understand one another, right? That's how that works. That's what's necessary. It's not how I look, how you look, or all that. That's not relevant. It is real, but it's not really relevant, right? Depends on what you want, right? All right. I won't go down that road. All right. Continue watching these videos, like these videos, and say it with me. Share these videos. SpeakerLarry.com.